Hello, welcome to How to Succeed in Business During a Pandemic. Hi, I'm Wendy Lally, your host, and I'm delighted that you could join us this week. The idea of the show is really very simple. It's a 15-minute interview with a professional or an entrepreneur who is not only managing to thrive in this era of COVID-19, but actually, not only managing to survive in this pandemic, but also thrive. And I thought it would be interesting and helpful to have these people come on and talk to you about what they're doing that is enabling their business to succeed. Our hope is that you'll be able to take these insights and apply them in whatever it is that you do. For myself, I'm a marketing copywriter. So this is kind of a natural fit for me because in my profession, I listen to people, what they do, what they're trying to sell to customers, and then try and connect that with what the customer needs. And now I'm doing it through Zoom and through these interviews. Today we have Rebecca Bloomfield from Jerry Pearlstein Insurance. And Rebecca and her husband Jerry started their company about 19 years ago. They have a very interesting backstory, and which is one of the reasons I invited Rebecca to join us. So she's going to tell you all about it. And I want to preface this by saying one of the reasons we wanted to have her on right now is because this is the enrollment period of the Affordable Care Act. And that's something that's her primary business and something that we think you all should be aware of because obviously, especially in this era of COVID-19, health insurance is tremendously important. Rebecca, welcome. I'm delighted that you're here.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for inviting me. I think what you're doing is such a service and so delicious. I'm delighted to be here.
Well, thank you again. What I'd like you to do is to begin by telling us how you began selling insurance, because I know that wasn't how you started your career.
No, not at all. I started out always in a creative world. As an actor, as a writer, I was a creative VP at Leo Burnett. And when Burnett broke into pieces, I was in the cracks. I left and started writing plays about women in history, which attracted the attention of a wonderful award-winning teacher who said, I want to be able to bring the arts into core curriculum. And I have developed a way that teachers can take an art project and set it up so that they get the learning and the grades that will meet state standards. And so we formed a not-for-profit, and about 3 years we were getting nationally recognized when Robin got breast cancer. And she didn't have any insurance. In those days, the insurance companies would decline you because you had a pre-existing condition. Tried every way possible to learn about health insurance and how we could get her help. And finally, she had to go back to teaching so that she could get in a group, because groups had to accept every employee, whereas the insurance companies didn't have to accept every individual. So I couldn't carry on what she did. I didn't have that expertise, and the not-for-profit dissolved. Around that time, Jerry's company was bought for the third time in 6 years, and he wanted a career change. And one of the women that we had pestered about information in our search for insurance for Robin said, you guys now probably know more about this than anybody. Why don't you help the people, your people? Why don't you help the people like Robin who can't get health insurance? So we finished our education formally and got licensed, and voila, Jerry S. Pearlstein Insurance.
That's an incredible story, and it really is, how to make lemonade out of lemons is the title of that one, I think. One of the things that's happened because of COVID-19 is it's cut back on the way we interact with people, the way we build trust with people. You can't have coffee with a potential client and get into a conversation about sports and your kids or whatever. It just doesn't happen that way. You can't walk by a storefront office and see news on the window or whatever. People aren't on the street anymore. So we have to find new ways to connect with each other. And I think Rebecca has come up with some really brilliant things that I'd love you to share with our audience.
Well, thanks. In the first place, as much information as you have, um, you can't just deliver information. Um, there has to be, as you said, the reason you have a cup of coffee is to relax and know somebody.
Mm.
And so we developed a newsletter called Laugh and Learn. And we start with a joke. When people are laughing together, you're together. And then you can learn what information is pertinent at the time and pertinent to that person. So we have now twice a month a newsletter that goes to about 4,000 subscribers. That information goes to LinkedIn, it goes to Facebook, goes to Instagram, it goes on our website. And in lieu of the networking, where I loved networking, you could get dressed up and go to a cocktail party or a garden party and meet people and schmooze with people and laugh with people and tell them the same joke that I put at the top of the newsletter, and break the ice, if you will. We get a nice open rate, I think, because people want a joke, a laugh in their day.
Well, the other thing I know you do, and we're going to put a notice about this at the end of the show, is a webinar that they do every Wednesday at 1 p.m. that will give you information about COBRA and also the Affordable Care Act. I mean, one of the big problems about being an entrepreneur is dealing with health insurance, because that's a major benefit when you get a job. We all know that, right? It's right up there with your salary. And in fact, the cost to a company of healthcare is 40% of the compensation they offer an employee is actually in healthcare. That's how important it is. So I think what your webinar sounds like it would be an ideal thing for people, for entrepreneurs to tune into and get the information you need to make some serious decisions. And right now, though, I'm going to turn this over to you and kind of say, please tell us about the Affordable Care Act and what it does and how you sign up for it now. I know this is the enrollment period.
Great, thank you. Yeah, in 2012, it was the first open enrollment, and the Affordable Care Act did this wonderful thing about taking you, no matter what pre-existing condition you had, which Raman didn't have. It has a maximum out of pocket, so that you are, after that, the insurance company has to pay 100%, and they have to pay unlimited claims. Those two things are to prevent medical bankruptcy. Those are the most important things about the Affordable Care Act. And yet, the Affordable Care Act said you can't choose or change your health insurance whenever you want. You have to do it during open enrollment. These 45 days from November 1st to December 15th are when you can change or choose major medical health insurance for yourself that's ACA compliant for 2021. And if you don't do it now, then next year you need to document a qualifying event to give you special enrollment privileges. So it's really important that you pay attention right now to getting the insurance you need. The other thing that the Affordable Care Act gives is assistance paying premiums and cost sharing. That you arrange for now as well. And that can be so helpful to people in job transition where your income is unpredictable, or entrepreneurs who are keeping their personal income low because everything is going to support the business. We know how to not only get you the proper coverage from the companies that are offering ACA insurance, but how to get you that all important assistance. And I want to brag because Jerry is so good at this. The healthcare.gov offers awards, the Elite Circle of Champion Awards, for taking 100 or more people successfully to the government for this assistance. And we won it every year that it has been awarded. This is not the first time, the pandemic is not the first time that Jerry Pearlstein had to figure out how to help people because something changed in the world. We started out in a business where there were organizations set up to help entrepreneurs, and they had packages, and we had our choice of them, and we could help through these organizations, through these packages. And then came the Affordable Care Act. And because the Affordable Care Act required insurance providers to take everybody and to pay all the claims and to pay 100% after you reached a certain maximum of your own out-of-pocket expenses, many of these people dropped out. There are still insurance companies like Humana, United Healthcare, who do groups, but they will not do individuals. And we, at that time, we could have retired. We didn't have to figure out how to use what the Affordable Care Act was providing instead of these other groups. But our people still needed us. The same reason that we went into the business in the first place still existed. In fact, it was even more acute. What do I do now? Humana's not there, United Healthcare isn't there, NACE isn't there. So I think the important thing to remember when you get to a situation like this is, what was your mission? What is your mission? Is that still your mission? Are the people who need you still there? Are they still asking for help? And then once you know that connection between the need and your expertise and your enthusiasm, the solutions will appear on how to keep your business going. You'll find them because you're open to that.
That is just such a wonderful philosophy, and I think it really is key to success in any professional business where you're dealing with people. Versus products. But even products should fill a need, or else why are they there? It's all well and good to make money, but it doesn't warm the heart like helping people do. So this has been a wonderful discussion, Rebecca. Thank you so much for joining us. And I hope you will all take advantage of the webinar that she offers on Wednesday at 1 p.m. And also, I want to ask you how we can sign up for your newsletter so we can maybe post that information as well.
Newsletter, or to get the invitation with the link to the seminar, same thing. rbloomfield@jpearlsteinltd.com. That's my email, rbloomfield@jpearlsteinltd.com. Just ask for what you need and we'll get it to you. Great.
We'll put that up. And I also want to encourage all of you to give the show a little help. We post our videos of this show, which, by the way, comes on. This show will be showing November 9th. On Monday at 11:45 on 216thenet.com. But I also want to encourage all of you to go to our Facebook page so you can see all of the shows we do, including this one. And the address of that is Success in a Pandemic, and that's on Facebook. So please go to that, like it, share it, and maybe keep going back to it to see these programs, and I hope get inspiration from them, and also some advice and information that you can put to good use. And with that, we're going to say goodbye. Thank you again, Rebecca, for coming. It was a wonderful show and wonderful talking to you again. And I hope to have you back again soon.
Thank you.
And to all of you out there, please stay safe, stay well. Thank you.
Thank you.